Welcome to another RSR. Tonight I'm reviewing San Diego FC 2, Portland Timbers FC 1, MLS 2025, West Conference Quarterfinals, Western Conference Quarterfinals, Round 1, Game 1. And San Diego leads the series 1-0 after the first game, 1-0. They get the win. There was a moment where they looked like they were going to steamroll the Timbers again like they did Decision Day. But after that, the Timbers woke up, got their life back, and got basically power tripped by Chris Penso, basically. And we'll talk about it. San Diego FC 2, Portland Timbers 1, la MLS Cup Playoffs, Oeste Conferencia Cuartos de Final, Partido 1. San Diego FC ganador, líder de serie 1-0. San Diego FC 2-1 esta noche. With that being said, goals were scored as follows. 23rd minute, Ani Valakari gets the ball off of a rebound. The rebound, Dua takes the shot off the post, down to Valakari. He nutmegs Panamis 1-0, 1-0. Horrible goal to let up if you're the Timbers. Then the 30th minute, Anders Dreyer scores 2-0, 2-0. And Portland looks like they're about to get steamrolled again. 36th minute, Anthony plays it to Christopher Velde. Velde dekes a defender, takes a shot, puts it past CJ Dos Santos. It's 2-1. 2-1, halftime 2-0, 2-1, medio tiempo. And you think, wow, the Portland Timbers might have some life. And ever since that second goal was scored on them, they flipped the game over, especially until they were down a man. They flipped the game on its head, and they looked like they were going to tie this up and take it to penalties. I thought Portland, after they were down, they were like, nah, we're not getting steamrolled again. Nah, we're not getting boat raced again. We got to do better than that. They woke up, they fought, and they kicked ass. They kicked ass after that until they went down a man. Then they held San Diego scoreless from halftime on and even down a man. I don't have to say, well, that does suck, but Portland, for me, I thought they were pretty good tonight. I think they should have got to penalties. I think that would have been the fair result. I think San Diego got away with a win because Chris Penso went and power tripped. Forey got sent off due to 2 soft yellow cards, softer than even the ones during the America game. And by the way, this is the second time that's happened to him during a big game. 2 yellow cards and taken out of the game. And this time it was even more soft and unnecessary. Chris Penso legit power tripped and got him sent off. And it was one after the other, just like the first time. This one was egregious. That one was egregious. Like, I don't even see what he did the box to get the first one. And then the second one, his leg is out and he gets ran into. How is that horrible? Horrible, horrible, horrible. That's why San Diego comes out with a win. Yes, they scored 2 goals first. Yes, they very much steamrolled the Timbers for the first 30 minutes, got their goals, and looked like they were going to steamroll them again. Timbers flipped the game on its head, and they changed it on a dime after the second goal. But you got to be better than that. Chris Penso is the reason why San Diego got a win here. This should have went to penalties. This should have went to penalties. And if San Diego wins there, so be it. But full-time 2-1, 2-1 esta noche. 1-0 series lead for San Diego. 1-0 San Diego líder de serie. And there you go for me. That's really what this is. Full-time stats are as follows. 15 shots to 5, 8 shots on goal to 3, 71% possession, 29% possession, 833 pass to 341, 93% pass accuracy to 81% pass accuracy, 14 fouls to 11, 2 offside to 1, 2 yellow cards to 0 red cards to 1, 7 corners to 0. For me, I think Portland got screwed overall. I'm not saying they were perfect, but I think they got screwed. That yellow, those double yellows were the most unnecessary, uncalled for, bullshit double yellows I ever seen in my life. Chris Penso went in power trip to get Forey out of the game. Simple. And if that doesn't happen, San Diego goes to penalties. With the way Portland was playing, they would have scored a second goal. And they got close even with down a man. So Portland should have went to penalties. And if San Diego wins there, so be it. But San Diego winning in 90, I'm kind of pissed off about that. I don't think that's how this should have went. I think San Diego winning in 90 minutes is a total miscarriage of justice, in my opinion. Chris Penso went and screwed the Timbers. And it's funny because me and Rory were talking before the game. And he was like, oh no, Chris Penso's our center ref. I'm like, this is about to be a shit show. And he's like, yep. And I'm like, and then when it happened, I'm like, there's your shit show. There's your shit show. Chris Penso, one of the most unqualified referees MLS has in a sea of unqualified, idiotic refs. It's absolutely mind-boggling at this point. It's absolutely mind-boggling at this point. If Drew Fisher's the referee of the year for this league 2 years in a row, that just shows you how bad pro is. That just shows you how bad and incompetent pro referees are. And it's funny because I always go back to this. Remember that Fox Sports segment where it's like behind the scenes of a pro referee? Like after they were, 2 years after they were christened as pro referees, they're like, we got to get better every year. It's been 10 years. You ain't got better a lick since 2015. You might even be shittier. Tell me how pro's working. It's the worst organization ever. Like, I know all CONCACAF refs suck to a point. Pro brings it to utter idiocy. It is the worst thing I've ever seen in my damn life. It is the ugliest shit I've seen in my life. Pro is the worst. Pro is the utter worst. And that's just the fact. That's what I come out of this game saying. San Diego, you won. Congratulations. Chris Penso, whether you want to admit it or not, screwed the Timbers. They should have at least went to penalties. And being down a man for most of the second half over bullshit soft yellows, yeah, no. Y'all won because of it. And y'all didn't score after the red card, so I can say that comfortably. If Portland could have kept building their momentum and not get screwed, they would have went to penalties, and we see what happens there. I think they got screwed. And it's not really you, it's Chris Penso being absolutely incompetent and not able to do the job that he was hired to do. But it's always been that way. It's always been that way. And I don't know. And by the way, I don't know when he grew that beard, but dude looks like a villain now. So you know what? Keep it. Keep it, because you look like a villain. That's exactly what you are. Incompetent. You are incompetent to high heaven. That is what you are. Y'all, you should not be reffing an MLS game. Most of these pro refs are incompetent and don't know their head from their own ass. It's that simple. They are the worst batch of referees I have ever seen, and PGMOL exists. CONCACAF exists, and they are the worst. And for some reason, it makes me wonder, Ismail Elfath actually learned how to be a good ref in Qatar during the World Cup, and then they shit-can him. Progressively just shit-can him and stop using him. Hell, I've heard he's reffed games in Saudi Arabia. Well, you know what? Go get the bag, because frickin' pro don't want to use you. Because they make the rest, you make the rest of their idiot crew look like shit. That's why they don't want to use him. Because he makes the rest of pro look like shit because they don't know their own heads from their own assholes, but he does know his own head from his own asshole because they taught him in Qatar. Simple. With that being said, San Diego, congrats on the win. Portland, you may not be out of this just yet, but your backs are against the wall, and I hope the scales of justice tip in your favor. With that being said, Velde, he's that guy. Man of the match, Chris Penso, because if he didn't send off Forey, you would not be have won. San Diego would not have won. So, man of the match, Chris Penso, you incompetent absolute buffoon. With that being said, I'll see you later. If you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Notification one. Subscribe. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlists. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you tomorrow for a live watch along and review of Game 3 of the World Series. Blue Jays at Dodgers, Game 3. 7 p.m. Central, 8 Eastern. I'll see you for that. Games 4 and 5, same for Tuesday, Wednesday for games 4 and 5, because we know we have all 3. The streams will be up soon. With that being said, I'll see you later. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. Penso, you are incompetent. Peace.